secure and innovative digital future, where we focused on Prague it was a Prague Cyber Security Conference 2022. And for that, we'll have two speakers. Back to the stage will come Lukáš Kinter, the director of the National Cyber Information Security Agency, but we'll also have the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Czech Republic, Jan Lipavský. Actually, he is not only the Minister of Foreign Affairs, but he is very much into our topic, as he specializes primarily in matters of energy and international security and hybrid threats, and was also a member of the Standing Committee on Hybrid Threats, the subcommittee on defense, cyber and security policy and strategic concepts of the Czech Republic. So that's a topic that is close to his heart and brain, and he'll be more than happy to conclude the today's conference. After the conclusion remarks, we still have a chance to discuss the topics of today more in detail, but less formally, as the coffee break will be ready for you in the foyer. You also have there the meetings for bilateral discussions, and you still have the chance to visit the stand of the Technical University of Ostrava. If you feel like I'm talking too much, taking the time, it's just because we have a minor problem with the traffic in Prague, and the minister got stuck on the way. But he is on the way already, so I'm just trying to give him time to run up the stairs and reach this room so that he can share his points with us. But what should I say? Any help? Okay, I think we are getting there. We are very close to the point where we get the summary. And I'm just thinking if I should have any more technical information for you. No, but, well, I think big applause, please. So, let me welcome here the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Czech Republic, Jan Lipavský, who likes the topic of cybersecurity. This is very close to what he's focusing on, not only as a minister, but also previously. And now it's time for his concluding remarks of the Prague Cybersecurity Conference 2022. The stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dear Excellencies, speakers, participants, and guests of the conference, ladies and gentlemen. As we end the Prague Cyber Security Conference, I would like to thank you all for joining this very important event. Your participation shows a strong commitment to advance to the global debate on the protection of supply chain security on information and communication technologies, and emerging and disruptive technologies. Although we met here at the Prague Cybersecurity Conference for the first time, Prague already has proven track record on successful 5G security conferences. The previous 3 iterations attracted the global audience. This new rebranded Prague Cybersecurity Conference is recognition that the issues facing the telecommunications sector have rapidly expanded and greatly broadened. We have recently experienced highly impactful and sophisticated supply chain attacks. These have brought home the importance of considering the wider geopolitical environment when coordinating our reactions to malicious cyber activities. Resilient and secure supply chains together with diverse and competitive marketplace are essential to stability and prosperity of our digital societies. Our growing independence on information and communication technologies means we must look carefully at the security implications of ICTs and identify and raise awareness of the risks associated with introduction of emerging and disruptive technologies. Growing digitalization requires us to continually monitor, analyze and assess supply chain's threat landscape. Having experienced the impact of the EU's strategic dependency on Russian fossil fuels and disruptions of supply chains during the COVID-19 pandemic, we know we can't afford to face a similar situation in relation to ICT products and services. I believe that all responsible governments should promote a human-centric and responsible approach to new technologies, support digital freedom, and prevent abusive practices in cyberspace, including unauthorized surveillance, algorithmic biases, or discriminatory data collection and analysis. The Czech Republic believes in a human-centric approach to ensure responsible, ethical and secure use of technologies based on respect for universal human rights and fundamental freedoms. We have always placed great importance on upholding the rules-based international order and human rights, and I believe we must uphold the same principles in cyberspace. Now, more than ever, human rights, both online and offline, are increasingly at stake. Liberal democracies need to bind together to formulate a common strategy to counter this challenge. I am deeply encouraged that the Prague Cybersecurity Conference has brought us closer to finding solutions. Today, we focus on strategic objectives, cybersecurity of ICT products and services, and security of supply chains. Tomorrow, Day 2 of EU Secure and Innovative Digital Future event will subtitle Towards a Secure and Innovative Ecosystem. Will point to economic aspect of new technologies. You are warmly welcome to participate as well. As for today, let me thank organizers of this event, Czech National Cyber and Information Security Agency, as well as Ministry of Industry and Trade and the Office of the Government of the Czech Republic. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to share experiences and thoughts on the critical importance of secure and stable supply chains. And I would like to thank you all for your active participation in this inspiring day. I believe that through our shared expertise, we will preserve our common values and strengthen efforts to build a safer, freer, and more resilient digital society. Thank you very much.
Jan Lipavský, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Czech Republic, and his concluding remarks. Thank you very much, and thank you for being so brave and coming straight to the stage. Now, once again, let me give the floor to Lukáš Kinter, the Director of the National Cyber and Information Security Agency, who is behind the whole day one of this conference and who opened it at the beginning and will be the one to close it as well.
Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, the first day of our two-day event, the Prague Cybersecurity Conference, is almost over. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for having participated and for creating this unique atmosphere. I'm grateful that the conference connected the European perspective with the perspective of our global partners, and that it was a truly international forum with hundreds of participants from all around the world. We heard the various insightful views of our distinguished guests. I appreciate your personal involvement and sharing of experience, best practices, and lessons learned. Thank you once again for that. Let me point out my 4 strongest takeaways that echoed throughout the day. Firstly, supply chain security requires our full and immediate attention. The risks and strategic implications arising from supply chain threats are imminent and far-reaching. The governments need to act proactively and prepare regulation that helps mitigate the risks but not hinder innovations. Risk-based approach and proportionality is key. Secondly, we must think strategically when protecting our critical infrastructure. Our digital backbones simply cannot be injured by influence of authoritarian regimes with conflicting interests. Assessing trustworthiness of suppliers is an integral part of the process of building resilience. Thirdly, our focus should not be limited only to certain aspects. We need to consider the whole supply chain ecosystem. We must constantly monitor and re-evaluate it to keep up the pace with evolving threats. In this respect, the collaboration with the private sector is essential. Only this way we can really ensure the resilience of our digital society and achieve the shared prosperity. Finally, international cooperation is fundamental. We face the same threats and we should stand up to them together. We can clearly benefit from mutual experience and sharing of best practices. Only together we can defend democratic values that we all share. I trust that the Prague Cybersecurity Conference truly contributed to the global discussion on supply chain security and that each one of you found inspiration for further work. I invite you to continue this discussion to develop the ideas that emerged here today, and most of all, to take further steps and concrete actions. We simply cannot wait when our security is in question. In closing, I would like to thank the organizers for their hard work in setting up this two-day event, and to all our partners for their support. I'm certain that the second day of the conference, titled Towards Secure and Innovative Ecosystem, will build on the inspiring discussions we had here today and further elaborate on the question of the national and European security, this time with respect to digital issues. I wish you a great time and a lot of productive encounters. Your Excellencies, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues and friends, thank you once again for being with us here today, physically or virtually, and I wish you all a healthy and successful end of the year 2022, and I'm looking forward to meeting you at the next iteration of the Prague Cybersecurity Conference. Have a nice rest of the day.
Lukáš Kinter, the director of the National Cyber Information Security Agency, who closed the first day, the day of Prague Cybersecurity Conference 2022. That's all. Even though I just remembered what I wanted to tell you as well, but I will not take too much time. Just some of you were asking me about the huge venue we are just in. I think it's a bit paradox because it was built by the communist regime for their congresses of the Communist Party. And now we are using it to talk about security and resilience in the geopolitical field as well. So it was just very, very brief explanation of the Prague Congress Center. And now, enjoy the evening. The coffee break is ready for you so that you may continue with your discussions, and I'll be looking forward to meeting you tomorrow at 9 a.m. to talk about the secure and innovative ecosystem of the EU. Thank you. Have a nice day.